Whoops. Hey guys, Pat here. Welcome to Box Office Addict, my weekly live stream and podcast where I break down the weekend numbers and have a free-form discussion with the chat about movies. If this is your first Box Office Addict, welcome. If this is the 42nd one you've been to, then I guess you're just kind of an asshole or something. Now, you guys need to tell me real quick, is my volume okay? You guys hear me? I was kind of screwing around with the volume a little bit, and I don't know if it's too low or too high, so before we start the show, um, okay, folks? I need to know about the volume, gang. Okay? Alright, folks? Because I just downloaded some new stuff for OBS. I just got some new filters. Hey, Madcap. And I added some audio filters, and I effed with the volume a little bit. So I guess I should have tested a little bit better. My toddler was dancing in her diaper. Oh, that's pretty nice. Did someone say partay? P-A-R-T-A-Y. Because I want to. It's a little low. Man, you gotta turn this volume up really high for people to hear it. It's kind of shitty. Okay, what about now? I don't know. Show hands. Was anyone surprised that Avengers made $1 billion as quickly as it did? So it sucks with OBS. I never know the volume levels because I test on the recorder, but then it sounds different on a freaking stream to people. It's just been kind of annoying me. I know I shouldn't start the beginning of the stream asking people about the audio. Why was this so damn late? Because I was tired. I did not sleep very well. And I'm very, very sleepy. Well, I just need to know because I don't want to have low audio for people. I want people to be able to hear the show. I'm not going to be able to project my voice as much as I normally can. I just really don't have it in me right now. I'm tired as you could be. I almost didn't do the show. I was really thinking about just holding this off until Monday. But, you know, I couldn't, so I didn't want to miss a Sunday. I haven't missed 41 Sundays, so hey, what's up, Raven? Welcome to the show. So, you know, we got a few movies to talk about this week that came out besides Avengers, but, you know, the big news is, of course, that Avengers made $1 billion worldwide. $1.1 billion, actually. It's the fastest film to do this in 11 days. Well, I got nothing better to do tonight, so I'm fine with this being a late show. Well, you know, I've done shows at like 8 or 9 before, I think, but typically Box Office Addict is on like 4 to 6 Eastern. But yeah, just like I said, I'm just way too tired. I woke up very late today, and even then I didn't get a lot of sleep. A Sunday fun day without Box Office Addict. Gets loud for me, plus I like late, it's easier for me to pop in. Gets loud for me, I don't, wait, what do you mean it gets loud for you? Is the audio loud? I really wish I knew how the audio sounded right now. I'm really worried this is gonna upload and it's gonna sound like crap. Like it's gonna be too much tremble or something like that. I have no idea. You know, yeah, it's with Marvel. I mean, last weekend Infinity War broke the opening weekend record, 257 million, which is quite a bit above The Force Awakens 247 million. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. And well, not a lot better, but you know, it did perform above a lot of the estimates. And we have Solo coming out in a few weeks, which is tracking huge. Solo's actually tracking around the $170 million mark, so that's kind of nuts. But in the second weekend, it's loud for you. Maybe you have your headphones up? I don't know. That's the question, isn't it? Don't forget that you have your own volume settings. So maybe your volume's up just a little bit loud, too much. So if anyone's having audio issues, please try to turn your volume down. I can't believe this. What can't you believe, my friend? Yeah, it's pretty crazy how much money the movie's making, and it puts Disney once again over the top. They just keep making billion-dollar movies. I mean, this is nuts. The Lion King's coming out, that's gonna make $1 billion. I mean, that's pretty much a lock for $1 billion. Then you have, the other live-action movies they have coming up. I doubt Solo will do as well as tracking indicates. Sounds like Disney propaganda to me. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I mean, it's, we never know how much of that stuff is being reported as accurate or not like that, but tracking's typically pretty correct. Tracking's not usually very often the pre-ticket sales are doing very well. I mean, could Solo open a little bit lower than what they're saying? Yes, but could it still have a huge opening weekend? I mean, I was thinking for a while that it would, it would never open above like 75 or 90 million. That was back when all the I spent the weekend testing out my new camera. I'll upload it tomorrow. Have you seen Tully, Jason Reitman's new film? No, I have not seen it yet. I would like to see it. I just haven't had a chance to see it. We have Deadpool 2 and Solo coming up later this month, so I'll be a little busy this month, but I'll try to Infinity War again a second time to go see it. Not a complaint. The other guy complained about it. Don't care now, though. Well, somebody said it was too low, and now you're saying it's high, so I don't know what the hell. Is it too high or is it too low? There's got to be a consensus amongst you people that if the audio is too loud or too low. It can't just be one of you or two of you. You got to help me out, people. Jesus Christ. What am I not paying you for? So this is a big achievement. Now this is the second biggest second weekend of all time. Force Awakens kept that record, which was 149 million. I think a lot of that had to do with it being on the holidays and people being kids being out of school, and people having more free time to go to the movies. So this only did about 1 million more than Black Panther's second weekend, which was 111 million. So this film was a little front loaded. You got to think Black Panther opened at 202 million and Force Awakens opened at 247 million. And this film at 257 going to 112 being closer to Black Panther. Now, could you say Black Panther overperformed on its second weekend? Possibly. Not looking forward to I think it's Carl Danvers, not Manvers. Carl Danvers up for Infinity War 2 to save the day. Well, I see the Han Solo short. I don't know, maybe. Square has to redo production of Final Fantasy VII Remake because the work done by the developer they outsourced was unusable. Oh, I didn't know that. That sounds terrible. I'd rather just call it Carl the Manverse part is just redundant. Carl the Manverse. She's got a case of the Manverse. I'm gonna drink some water here real quick, sorry. I'm a little thirsty. Carl, what happened? Yeah, yeah, let's call her Carl Manvers and not Carol Danvers. I've never liked that character. I know so many people think that that Captain Marvel's great in the comics. I've heard people praise her and talk about her. I can't think of any time I ever liked her. Every comic I've ever read with Captain Marvel has never been. I find her to be a very bland character. And I guess they give her sometimes they make her just like as strong as anyone else in Marvel. I remember that there's just times they make her as strong as anyone, and then other times she's just, like a mid-tier hero. At least Brie Larson looks like a woman. Yes, Brie Larson is a very attractive lady. Very, very attractive lady. I think I'll DM you the videos about Final Fantasy remake debacle. Sorry I didn't upload more videos this week. All I did was the ponytail one. I had planned on doing 2 or 3 videos. I had no time this week to do any of this stuff, so I was able to do the one. The one video did well, and I appreciate all you guys helping that video out, but this upcoming week, starting now, I think I have a couple more videos planned, and I have some shows planned, and especially the one with Alan Smithy. I think we already have a name for it, but I won't spoil that. We're talking about... Yeah, I read comics all the time, man. I'm rereading Y the Last Man right now, but I've been reading comics for 20 years, maybe longer. You're more than a woman to me. Well, was always a woman. She's always a woman to me. Good old Billy Joel. But yeah, I'm an avid comic book reader. So sorry about the lack of videos. Sorry that the podcast with Blood Money hasn't happened yet. I guess that's just a running gag that we talk about this podcast for 3 months. We'll get around to it eventually, though. Alan Smithy and me, though, on Cult Film Video, which I would suggest go to subscribe to. We've come up with a couple shows that we're going to do, and one of them is the Fantasy Movie League. And he came up with a new show and a new design for it today. I think really cool. But he had a shirt ready for me. And I went to go look at the shirt later, but it was gone. So what happened to the follow-up videos you were going to do on your Channel Awful video? They're planned. I have a lot of stuff written down for them, and I have a lot of stuff on my computer saved to use for them. But I never got around to just making them. This is kind of like ER when he has like those videos that are supposed to come out and he waits 6 months. I know it's been a long wait. I should do the follow-up videos. One of my problems, I was worried it would be redundant because it would be a little Mr. Medicare. I would cover things he already covered. So I'm going to try to find new things, but I still want to talk about Spoonie and Todd in the Shadows and Linkara separately in different videos and break down my experience with them. But those videos aren't like they're not canceled. I just never got around to them, and I was trying to find new takes and new information. And the problem was, after this Channel Awesome thing happened, everybody started making videos on them. Like, right after it happened, I looked around, and everybody started making a Spoonie video. Everybody started making a video on all of the different cast members, and I was like, man, I can't, I don't know what the hell to do now. Now everyone's doing it. You know, when I was going to do it, I didn't know that everybody was just going to cover it. Are you going to do those Kanye West album reviews? Yes, this summer. I'm going to do the Kanye West album reviews. That is still planned. Like I said earlier to you guys, I am moving right now. I'm in the process of moving to a different place. So it's very difficult for me to do a lot of these videos that I want to do right now, because some of these videos are going to take a long time. They're not just my typical video where I do a commentary for something. They're videos that require a lot of editing and a lot of work on my part, and I have to cover a lot of points and get a lot of information and clips and stuff like that. So that's been the reason why a lot of the stuff hasn't been coming out. The Kanye videos, I want to go get a lot of different articles and footage, and so that's why I did live streams like last week. I just haven't had time to make these videos. And the Channel Awesome videos, that's been the same thing. I have a lot of ideas I want to do for them, but you know, they are going to happen eventually. I'm not saying they're not going to happen. It's just been very tough. Yes, I know where I'm moving. I just haven't quite found a place yet. Oh, the Kanye's slavery is a choice statement. That's a loaded one, isn't it now? You're throwing that one out at me. What would you say is the pinnacle of comic book storytelling? Alan Moore Swamp Thing run? I don't know, Moz? A lot of things. I don't know. I don't know if I could call anything the pinnacle of comic book storytelling. I think a lot of comic books are equally great or great across the board. There's a lot of great graphic novels. There are a lot of great stuff that you just read as trades. There's a lot of great runs that go on for a long time. So I don't know. I mean, I guess the Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, you know, Frank Miller era, I guess in some ways, but Miracle Man and all that. But for me personally, God, what would be my favorite comic book of all time? What would be the peak comic for me? That's a really tough question, because I love Batman. But I've read so many different Batman things. Denny O'Neil's Batman's great, but the Frank Miller stuff's good too. Neil Adams worked with Denny O'Neil and that stuff. There's a lot of stuff. Shouldn't you? Well, no. I'm looking for a place, trying to move. I know what place I'm moving to. I've just been looking for a place there to move there. That's why I can't move right now. But I'm packing my stuff up and getting ready to move. That's pretty normal when you're moving. But you know, I've been looking for an apartment. Would you accept donations for a podcast face reveal? I've already revealed my face, Raven. My face is not hidden. You can go watch my video Happy Holidays, which has my face in it. I did a patriarchy live stream one time. Oh, not a live stream, a video one time that has my face in it where I'm on a webcam. And a lot of my old videos back in the day have my face in them. I don't really hide my face. But I know a lot of those videos get lost because I upload them when occasionally I put my face and stuff. I mainly just do it for editing purposes. It's a lot easier to edit your audio. It's a lot easier to edit your audio when you don't talk on camera and you don't have to focus on a script as much, and you could change things up. And I change my mind a lot when I make a video. So I'd like to mess around with the audio, but I, speaking of your face, still haven't raped the damn cat. But I know a lot of people, every time I put my face in a video, they go, "Man, crazy, you revealed your face." And I'm like, no, I didn't hide my face. I got into your videos like right after you dropped the patriarchy vids. Yeah, in one of those videos I have my face in it. And then in the Happy Holidays video I made not too long ago. No, I don't look like my avatar. No, my avatar's based off James Vanderbeek from Dawson's Creek. It was inspired, and a little bit, I guess, of Shaggy, Scooby-Doo, Hanna-Barbera. But the avatar was made to look like people that I like. I wanted the design to look like. I know. I typically have a beard. My hair's brownish, like dirty blonde brown. I don't really look like my avatar too much. If I was clean shaven, I'd probably look closer to my avatar. But if you go to the Happy Holidays video I made with Sharkfoot not too long ago, my face is in that video. And also a video I did with my friend Eric where we're just talking about movies. I think Christopher Nolan films. I'm sitting on a couch with him. I have my face in that video too. But it isn't something I do often. I guess I could do it more often, like do videos where I just talk to the camera. It would be easier. I don't know what happened to James Vanderbeek. He was great though. I could do more videos where I get on a webcam and talk to the camera, or I just set up my my DSLR and talk to the camera for you guys. All 4 of my videos have my face in them before I deleted them out of boredom. I actually did think you looked a bit like your avatar. I think there's some similarities. I think there's some facial structure things that are kind of like the avatar. The Avatar, the last video store clerk. The videotapes, Laserdisc, Betamax. That there was peace between all of the stores, but then the Blu-ray Nation came. It's up to the Avatar, the master of all different video store clerk arts, to save the world. And though his powers aren't too great beyond rewinding tapes, I believe Pat can save the world. More drunk streams. I don't know if I ever did a drunk stream. I don't think once I've been drunk on a live stream. Sorry for being late. I was watching the stream from Davis MJ Arini. Okay, awesome, man. Beanie updates. The beanies are coming and the shirts are coming. Very soon, actually. I would say closer than not. I would say 2 weeks or maybe another month, but it's not. I need one to become a hipster in college, but those are coming soon. Unfortunately, Alan, the guy that I've been working with on this stuff, he's been really busy. He's had some stuff in his family with his family going on, people in the hospital and stuff. So he hasn't had a lot of time. You actually come across as a pretty good anime character. I love your social justice as anime video where you impersonate SJWs in an anime voice. Yeah, I could have done voice acting for an anime. I think Duo Max. Well, no, that's the. I love the. And anime's so funny. I will be. You'll hear my voice one day in an anime, and you'll be like, "Wait, was that Pat this whole time? Oh my god! Pat was in that mech the whole time." Awesome. Can't wait for the beanie. It can't wait for you, Noel. You get a beanie, and you get a beanie, and you get a beanie. You all get a beanie. Let's see. James Vanderbeek. Oh, yeah. I wish people would cast James Vanderbeek more. He's really good. Like, The Rules of Attraction. It's a movie I don't really love, but he's amazing in that movie. He's so good. He plays Patrick Bateman's brother, Sean Bateman. And he's so funny. He's like a funny guy. He can do drama. He can be serious. Like, I don't know. I feel like James Vanderbeek just got shit on. He just got shit on, man. Yeah, Johnny Quest characters too, yeah. I definitely... Just Hanna-Barbera in general, though. Oprah 2020. Y'all got a blue apron? Get a blue apron beanie, folks. Okay, folks? This blue apron beanie's only $49.99. Really good affordable prices. And the idea that you think that I'm just trying to sell this beanie to put money in my pocket, well, you're right about that, folks. Sorry. Beauty is the eye of the beholder. No, beauty is the eye of the beanie. The beanies that you're all going to be wearing when you watch the show, like a little cult. I want this to be our own little version of of Antifa. You guys all have your beanies over, and you're putting your hands up to me. Bring back the beak. Yeah, bring back the beak. Yeah, we want the beak. Varsity Blues, man. Come on. Varsity Blues was awesome. Any tips and tricks on growing a beard? I don't think there is any, man. I think if you can't grow a beard, you can't grow a beard. There's no tricks to grow a beard. It's something you can't really change. Like, if you could sit and grow a beard, you can. The best way to grow a beard, though, is to let it grow for about 6 weeks before you trim it. Because that's about as long as you're gonna probably get to see where it is after about 6 weeks. Then trim it down your mustache and all that. And I have a goatee right now, but typically I have a full beard. And for a while there, I had a really long beard, but I shaved that a little while ago. But there isn't much I could tell you, man. If you can't grow one, there's just not much you can do, and that's unfortunate. And sometimes it comes later than it does. Like my friend Sharkfoot, he can't really grow a beard, and I have a lot of other friends who can't really grow a beard. I always grew facial hair. And it's not like I grow an awesome beard. I don't have like one of those awesome full manly beards. I have one of those very straight beards. I unfortunately have a beard not too far from TJ Kirk, although I trim mine better than his. But yeah, my hair's very straight. Marvel's is really into beards right now. Are they ever? And I love it. So many good beards right now. I hate having a beard. Get in my mouth when I try to eat. Yeah, it does suck when you like drink stuff. Your mustache, it gets stuff in your mustache. That does suck. Yeah, it's very tough to like it's sometimes I don't shave for a little while and my beard gets a little too long. Trying to read all of your messages here real quick. I don't want to the shaving thing doesn't really work. To like keep shaving, that doesn't work in help growing the beard. That's a myth people perpetuated. I used to hear that when I was young. I don't know where people made that crap up. I have arrived. I have arrived. I am Jake the Trenchcoat. That you buy an old video store will go in your beanies to join the Brotherhood. Yes, of course. That's the plan with this channel, is to get it big enough that I can just open up a retro video store and hire you all as Please Rewind employees. And none of us are going to make any profit. But I'll just blow all of my money paying you guys because I love you so much. Yep, that's true. John Krasinski grew a beard for The Quiet Place. It's all about the beards right now. I have a patchy beard. It looks terrible. Maybe you should shave it, bro. Just saying. I'm gonna be disappointed if Thanos doesn't have a beard in Infinity War Part 2. That's a good point. That would be pretty baller if Thanos grew a beard around that purple face of his. Infinity Beard! Finally, I've collected all the stones to grow the Infinity Beard. Captain America, your beard is weak compared to mine. Get out of here, Thor, for I have the Infinity Beard! I thought you were a sexy woman. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. I could have a Blair White thing going on here. You guys don't know. How do I get hair to stop growing on my cheeks, necks, on my nose, ears, and back out of my head? How did all of these follicles make a wrong turn in the road to Albuquerque? Okay. I don't know where people that got idea of shaving makes it grow back faster. Yeah, I remember hearing that all the time when I was young, and I don't know who started that. I let my beard and stash grow for a bit, then shave it before it gets too long. Evans, Hemsworth, Pratt? Which one do you partner with for your beer pong team? Well, obviously you want to play beer pong with Thor because he can drink and not get drunk. Although Captain America can too. But I feel like Star-Lord would be good at beer pong. Or are we just talking about the actors themselves? If we're going with the actors, I think I gotta go with Evans. I think I gotta go with Cap on this one. I honestly didn't like how Thanos never once made a mention about serving death instead of overpopulation. Well, yeah, they seem to have cut the whole death plot line from the comics, where he wants to win over death. He is in love with death, so he tries to kill the universe to impress her. I don't think they're gonna do that. They might bring that up in the second movie, but I'm not really sure. Oh, the actors. Yeah, Chris Evans. I don't know why. Although Chris Pratt probably drank the most out of the three guys. But that wouldn't mean he was good at beer pong. Chris Evans kind of has that jock thing about him, where it looks like he's, like, really good at stuff like beer pong. So, I'm going with that. Oh, crap. Then I gotta face Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt in beer pong? Man, I just want this to be a thing. Can't I just pick Downey Jr. and me and him could do coke together? Wonder if ScarJo has a beard down there. Oh, everyone has a beard in the Marvel universe now, and I mean everyone. T'Challa had the beard. Freaking, I mean, god damn, when you think about it, everyone had a freaking beard. Vision should have just had a beard too. I don't think him loving death would have translated well to film. It's all how you execute it, my friend. I think I said Dick. I don't think death wouldn't translate as well to the screen, the one they chose. Who's your favorite Avenger? I don't know. Yeah, can Chris Pine show up for this? This whole Chris beer pong tournament? My favorite Avenger in the current lineup, huh. I like Thor right now because I think he's the best character, but he was not like my favorite for a while, but I was always inclined to the Captain America. I don't know. I kind of like a few of the people right now. I really like Thor right now. I think Thor's more interesting than he's ever been. I always like Iron Man. I like Captain America. I like Doctor Strange. I just don't really like what they've done with the character. I like Doctor Strange the character a lot. So, screw it. Let's just say Thor. Thor right now. Thor's the best Avenger currently. I've always felt like if they introduced death personified, people would think they would go with something similar to the Seventh Seal. Yeah, I don't know if they would go down the Seventh Seal road. That would be interesting though. It's all about the testosterone. I'm kind of glad that Thanos in the movie didn't go after the Infinity Stones because he wanted to bone death. I like the whole overpopulation angle better personally. Stark is my MVP. I do love me some Tony Stark though. He is great. You ever gonna do Rossellini versus Tarantino video? I have no idea who Rossellini is, but I remember you said they were similar. There were similarities like Buck Rogers and Seven Samurai with Star Wars. I don't think I said there was a connection between Tarantino and Rossellini. I don't remember saying that. I think you might have got some things mixed up. I said I wanted to do a video talking about Rossellini and some of these other filmmakers that people don't talk about because I'm sick of people just talking about like the same 5 directors like Tarantino. And I wanted to talk about some other filmmakers that I had liked and other movies I had liked. But I don't think that's what I said exactly. I wonder if Zack Snyder would do an Avengers movie. I think he would be happy to do one, but I don't think that would happen. Who do they cast as Fuck Buddy Death? I vote Cher. I like that idea. Cher is Walking Death. Walking in Memphis. I want Thanos to fuck the Hela. She is the goddess of death, perhaps empowered by the death. Yeah, that's true. Wasn't she the goddess of death? Why don't they just make her that, make Thanos fall in love with her, Cate Blanchett's character? There, you just saw, you know, there you go. We can put 2 things together to make one. Not the 7th seal exactly, but the audience would believe Marvel would try to pull something meaningful like Bergman tried. God, I'm so tired. I can't talk right now. Tarantino's favorite film is The Good and the Bad and the Ugly. For that alone, I like him. That's a great movie. Do you think Marvel might have a hard time after Infinity War? How do you think about making more movies after something as grandiose as this? I don't think they're going to have any issues. I think that all of their movies are going to continue to do well because every time I've tried to doubt them, they keep surprising me. So, I'm thinking they're just going to do what they do. They're going to make movies that are really popular and entertaining. People are going to find funny and enjoyable. They're going to add a few surprises. They're gonna put a lot of money behind Captain Marvel. They have the Black Panther sequels. They have the Spider-Man sequels, and people are all hyped for Infinity War Part 2. And they did such a good job with this one. It'd be shocking to think they're not going to do a good job with the second one. Ooh, Winona Ryder as Death. Huh? I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. I think that's a great choice, actually. Good call. Good call, Jake. Oh God, Winona Ryder. You know she's just that crazy poon. That's the best kind. God damn it, Hopper! Where's Will? Where's Will, Hopper? I want my son! Mr. Average, the hero behind the cubicles, just doing his job. Killer on the loose. Mr. A has to get a secret weapon. Unlimited minutes plan. It is hard for me to talk as well due to my allergies, but I think I'm crazy. Normally I talk very well. I kind of have the thing where I didn't sleep very much and my voice is just like, I'm not really woke up. I didn't have a cup of coffee or anything, so. Jim Carrey. I would love Jim Carrey in the MCU. I would love if Jim Carrey was in a Marvel movie. He could play it. I'd love Jim Carrey as a villain, especially. Jim Carrey would have been a good Rocket Raccoon, actually. That'd have been fun. I'm gonna peace out. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Nobody cares, Noel. You don't have to announce this like when you go to take a shit. I know I said before, but I want to switch to Winona. I always liked her. Yeah, we're going with Winona Ryder now. Winona Ryder's going to be playing Death in Part 2. That's what we're doing, people. We're going to get her, Jim Carrey, and Ethan Hawke in the Marvel Universe. We're going to start it now on this channel, damn it. This is the time. This is the place. I believe in you. I should probably get to the box office. This has been so much nonsense. Alright, let's do a speed round, bitches. I'm about to rock you like a hurricane. 102 not out. $480,000 this weekend. That's terrible. In 102 theaters. Let's move on from that. RBG, 560,000 in 34 theaters. That's really not too bad. Traffic, 750,000, 54% drop. This movie is a bomb. 8.2 million on a $3 million opening weekend, so that didn't do very well. Isle of Dogs has reached 50 million worldwide, but this film I believe cost like $40 million, so they haven't broke even yet. And that domestic total is pretty disappointing for Wes Anderson's new film. Moonrise Kingdom did better. Grand Budapest Hotel did better. But to be fair, this has done better than Fantastic Mr. Fox. And stop-motion films just don't do that well in general, outside of very rare exceptions like a Henry Selick film. So I don't so much blame this on Wes Anderson or the movie or even the marketing department. It just has more to do with this kind of genre with animation just doesn't do that well, even internationally. It's just kind of a dead art form, unfortunately. And Fantastic Mr. Fox didn't do well. Now this isn't doing that great. 50 million worldwide wouldn't be bad if this was like a low-budget movie, but, you know, it's not cheap to do stop motion. So, unfortunately for Wes Anderson, I know I still haven't reviewed this movie, but I am upset it didn't do better. I felt like it could have, but I guess I just didn't factor in. People aren't really, I don't know, I guess people really don't go see movies like that anymore. It has to be a 3D CG one, computer animated film. Ready Player One. From WB, Steven Spielberg, 1.3 million. This run is about to be wrapped up, 48% drop. Now, worldwide, this film, last week, I believe, was at, what was it, like 550, so it's went up about another 11 million here. So it's at 566 million worldwide. I don't know if it can reach 600 million. It made about 10 million at the international box office this weekend, so it might be able to get to 600 million. That's a $175 million budget. Marketing is over 100 million, probably 120 million for promotion and advertising. But still, overall, 566 million worldwide. That's not bad. At one point, it looked like this film might have been able to make 700 million, but that domestic total just dropped once new movies started to come out, so it couldn't reach that 150 to 180 million that would have really helped it. And the international box office, while really good, 433 million, 500 million would have been a lot better. But still, overall, this isn't a bomb. It did break even. They've reached their break-even point on Ready Player One. So good for Steven Spielberg and the team behind this. I thought this movie was all right. I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I think if they had just made some adjustments and made it a better movie and handled the release better, I do think this is a movie that could have made $700, $800 million. I actually think in a lot of ways they botched an even bigger hit, because if it made this much money with the kind of movie it is, it could have made a lot of money if it had been a better film. And that's just I think the proof's in the numbers there. Blocker, starring John Cena, 1.6 million. $56 million domestically, $81 million worldwide, $21 million budget. Now the film has done well, but I think this film looked like it was going to do a lot better with that $20 million opening weekend. This film didn't hold very well. The word of mouth must not have been that great. Film got good reviews. Looked like it was going to be a movie that made like, at least 80 million, but that didn't happen. So, Blockers isn't a bomb, but it could have done a lot better. Bad Samaritan, 1.7 million and 2,000 theaters. That's horrible. From Electric Entertainment, EE. Ooh. Dean Devlin. Who the hell is Dean Devlin? Oh, the guy who made Geostorm. Well, there you go. I don't know how this man gets work. I just really don't know. Super Troopers 2, 1.8 million, 51% drop. Super Troopers continues to have steep drops at the box office after its surprisingly good opening weekend. $25 million domestically. I think it's going to be done around, 27, 28 possibly. But, overall, for a sequel to a film that came out over 10 years ago, can't complain. That's from Fox. Universal's Truth or Dare. This is, I believe, I think this was a Blumhouse movie. $1.8 million, 42% drop, $38 million, $58 million worldwide on a $3.5 million budget. That is not bad. Yeah, there he is, Jason Blum. That's not bad. It hasn't done as well as some of the other horror films of the last year or two, but when your budget's that low, you don't need to make much more money than this. As long as you break even and get a little bit ahead, they're happy. It could have done a little bit better, but apparently the film really sucks. So I'm sure that didn't help its box office run. Black Panther from Disney. This film's just never going to go away. 3.1 million, 33% drop, $693 million so far domestically. Should be able to cross 700 million at the box office. So that's 1,338 million worldwide. What's there left to say about this $200 million film from Ryan Coogler? It exceeded all expectations and then some. Not only was its opening weekend surprising, the final domestic total and worldwide total is just absolutely astonishing, and there's many sequels to come to that should be huge hits. Tully from Jason Reitman, the acclaimed director of Thank You for Smoking, Juno, and Up in the Air. Now, years ago, Jason Reitman, man, he was a really, really popular director. If you go back and look at Thank You for Smoking, that film cost $6 million and made $39 million worldwide. Very, very acclaimed film, very well reviewed. Then Juno was a huge hit. Juno cost $7.5 million. I think people forget now how big Juno was because it's kind of become a joke of a movie. 231 million worldwide. Juno was a huge hit. It was nominated for several Oscars. It won the screenplay Oscar. Diablo Cody, a former stripper turned writer. And at the time, it looked like Jason Reitman was pretty unstoppable. Two movies in a row that were very successful. The son of Ivan Reitman, the director of Ghostbusters. Then he makes Up in the Air. Up in the Air is his best reviewed film. Has like 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. This film gets nominated for 6 Academy Awards. A lot of people thought this film was going to win Best Picture that year or Best Screenplay. And it came down to it, none of it won. But this film didn't win anything. But at the time, I remember there was a lot of hype of people thinking this film was going to win Best Screenplay or Best Picture, Best Director, and it didn't really work out. Now, I think this is Jason Reitman's best film. I really like this film. When I first saw this film in the theater, I really, really enjoyed it. But I've rewatched it, and compared to his other films, I think it holds up to repeat viewings a lot better than both Juno. Which I didn't hate Juno when it first came in. I know a lot of people hate Juno, but there's things about Juno I liked. And I really like Thank You for Smoking. But this film, I think was his most mature. I think it was his best piece of direction. I think there's something kind of special about this film. Him going around to these hotels and staying, and the way the movie's structured, and it is him trying to, get a little artsy, and it is a little Oscar bait, but it's a cool idea for a movie. It really is, and Anna Kendrick's great in it, and even just that poster there, that's really cool. But this film cost 25 million. It made 166 million worldwide. It was very successful, very popular movie, and at that point, it seemed like really like Jason Reitman was legit unstoppable. But then we got Young Adult from him and Diablo Cody. Now, Young Adult didn't get bad reviews. This film does like have 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, but a lot of critics hated this movie. There was a lot of negative attention to this movie too, excluding Patton Oswalt, who was pretty much loved across the board. But then it didn't do that well at the box office. The film cost 12 million, only made 22 million dollars worldwide. Audiences did not like this movie. People did not like the tone of this movie. They didn't like the writing of this movie. This was just not a popular film. Now, once again, it did okay with critics, but this was kind of the sign that Jason Reitman's career was kind of going downward. And then we got Labor Day, which was him trying to do a classic, romance movie. And I actually respect what he was trying to do with this movie. This isn't a great film, but I really do admire that he really wanted to make about as classic of a Hollywood romantic film as possible, and he wanted to lean into the cheesy and the sentimental and the stuff. And Kate Winslet and Josh Brolin are both great. This movie just doesn't quite pull off what he's trying to do. I know what he was trying to do with this movie. I admire what he was trying to do with it. I don't think it's a horrible movie, but it is ultimately a failure. This film cost 18 million, only made 20 million, did not get very good reviews. And that was unfortunate. There was a lot of hype for it at the time. Then Men, Women, and Children, which got terrible reviews, which was him trying to make a movie about love and people in the social media era with the internet and cell phones and all that. This movie had Adam Sandler in it. It had Ansel Elgort, Judy Greer, Jennifer Gardner, J.K. Simmons, Emma Thompson. This film, I think, has like 27% on Rotten Tomatoes. This was Jason Reitman, once again, trying to make something that was this important film that was going to be very acclaimed. And this film did horrible. It only made $700,000 domestically, $2 million worldwide. Did not make much profit. Actually, it made no profit. What am I saying? And at this point, it didn't look very good for Jason Reitman's career. Like, Young Adult, reviews were decent, but then the movie bombed. Then he makes Labor Day, mixed reviews, and the movie bombs. Then he makes this film, terrible reviews, and the movie really bombs. I've seen this movie. It's not as bad as some of the critics say, but it's pretty bad. It's just a mess of a film. It's pretty terrible. I should actually talk about this film sometime, because nobody ever talks about this movie. It's a weird movie. There's some really weird scenes. I like the idea of the movie, though. Like, let's show what parents deal with cell phones and the internet, and how kids date and communicate with that stuff. It is cool to think about that, because the world has changed. We are living on the world digitally now, but now Jason Reitman has returned to glory with Tully, which is a film that's very acclaimed. This is a film that has 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, 90% with top critics, like 77 on Metacritic. This is his best reviewed film, I believe, I think this even has better reviews than Young Adult, if I'm correct. I think this is his best reviewed film since Up in the Air. Charlize Theron seems like she's going to get an Oscar nomination for her lead performance, which is being very critically acclaimed across the board. This is about a mother with 2 kids and I guess a nanny who comes into her life to help her out. I hear it's got one of the weirdest endings in a long time. I don't want the movie spoiled, but people keep talking about the ending of this movie being fucking crazy and just insane. Like, it comes out of nowhere. So I'm interested what the hell that's about. But 3.1 million in 1,300 theaters. That's not very good. I thought with the critical acclaim and the hype, and this is him returning with Diablo Cody, and a lot of people are saying this is Diablo Cody's best screenplay. And if you remember her, she wrote that movie Jennifer's Body with Megan Fox. God, and then Ricky and the Flash. Holy crap. But Tully is Jason Reitman's first film in a while to really seem to get a lot of positive reception. Mark Duplass is in this. He's a very good actor. I'm not too much a fan of his movies with his brother, but I always thought he was a very good actor. And he seems like a chill guy. Seems like a nice enough dude, like when he was on the Crowder show. And, although he's kind of the worst part of the league, but every time I've seen him in a movie, he's been very good. So yeah, 3.1 million. That's not a great opening weekend. They probably should have went limited release with this movie. I think going wide so early on was a really bad idea. I think it's going to backfire too. I think they just kind of killed this movie's chances at making money. Also, why did they release it right now? Like, if this is like a movie that's going to get Oscar nominations and critics really like it, why would you release it around Infinity War? Like, wouldn't you release this somewhere closer to like the fall or the end of the year in limited release? Why the hell did you release this film in May? So I'm just gonna say this: bad release date, bad idea to go wide. That killed this movie. Those were two horrible decisions. This film should have not come out in the summer. This should have been a film that came out. Maybe they thought it was going to be a hit movie like Juno or something. Maybe they thought it was going to blow up and become a hit. But no, I think you had to build word of mouth on this movie. I don't think a lot of people knew about it. I don't think the marketing campaign was that. Yeah, God, what a bad release date. Focus Features is usually pretty good about that stuff. I think this would have played a lot better in August or September, October even. But yeah, bad idea. So unfortunately for Tully, which I have not seen, which is getting very good reviews, not doing that well. Rampage from Warner Brothers, 4.6 million world, 4.6 million, 35%. That's pretty good hold. $84 million domestic. It might make 100 million. It's gonna have a little bit of a hard time. 377 million worldwide. This film should pass $400 million and break even. So for Dwayne Johnson, this isn't bad. This puts him worldwide at $9,399 million worldwide. He's one of the most successful actors worldwide ever with those numbers. So yeah, good for him in Rampage. I Feel Pretty from Amy Schumer. I don't remember the director of this movie. $4.9 million this weekend. Let's just say $5 million. 40% decrease here. A 40% drop. $37 million on a $32 million budget. That's not enough to break even or make a profit when you include marketing and all that. So this film didn't end up doing that well, and I don't think it has much more of a run to go. So let's say 40 something million. So it should do about as well as Snatch did. And so Amy Schumer really isn't seem to be able to follow up the success of Trainwreck since that came out. A Quiet Place continues to impress with $7.6 million, a 30% drop. $159 million on a $17 million budget, and the film has made $255 million worldwide. $17 million, even with a pretty decent marketing budget and all that. $255 million worldwide is huge. I think that's where Get Out ended up wrapping up. This film should be able to make $170 million, and worldwide it could reach $300 million because it still has China to open in, I believe. And a couple other markets. So yeah, John Krasinski's A Quiet Place, critically acclaimed. Huge opening weekend, and has continued to do well at the box office. It probably took a little bit of a hit from the Avengers coming out, but overall, this just shows that horror movies are as popular now as ever, and good for John Krasinski, who has the Jack Ryan series coming to Amazon very soon, which is very expensive. Okay, the Overboard remake, which originally starred Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, a movie that I love. That's a cable classic. This stars that guy who's in all these this guy's like, so he just came out of nowhere, like How to Be a Latin Lover, Miracles from Heaven, and his movies always do well. Like, look at this movie, made $61 million. Like, he just gets all, like, he gets the Latino community to go see his damn movies. Instructions Not Included, Girl in Prague. Oh god, he was in Jack and Jill. But yeah, him in this movie with Anna Faris, who I'm a big fan of. I really like Anna Faris. 14 million point seven $14.7 million opening weekend. That's impressive for a remake of a movie that actually wasn't a hit. People don't know this. The original Overboard wasn't a hit. It actually didn't do well. It did well on cable, but it wasn't a big hit at the box office. A lot of people just think the movie was a hit because it feels like a hit movie. And for a film that didn't have too much of a marketing push and you know, I don't think cost that much money. And I think it's going to hold well because he hits a certain demographic, kind of like Tyler Perry does with black audiences that's ignored a lot by Hollywood. So I think this film's going to continue to do well. And I'm happy for Anna Faris, the now ex-wife of Chris Pratt. Anna Faris used to be in a lot of big movies, you know? Now she just does a lot of voice acting work and shows up in random stuff. But, you know, back in the day, the Scary Movie franchise was really popular and made a lot of money, and you know, and it seemed like she was gonna have a bit of a career, but she never really worked out for her. But a lot of people seem to like her. She's really funny and Lost in Translation. So I'm happy for her, and that's a good opening weekend. That's surprisingly good. So let's get to the movie of the week. The big news here: Avengers: Infinity War. $112 million, 56% drop. Now, a lot of people were saying into the weekend this was going to make 120 million, or even less, like 105. So it met somewhere in the middle. It did not reach The Force Awakens 149 million, and it just barely passed the 111 million of Black Panther. So this film looks like it's going to wrap up around $700 million, would be my guess as of right now. Now, if you remember, the first Avengers had a second weekend of 103 million, I believe, and that film ended up with 623 million. This film is pacing ahead of that. They'll show you here where it's at pacing wise with some of these other films. It's about 100 million, well 90 million below Force Awakens, and it's about 47 million ahead of Black Panther, and it's about 100 million roughly, not totally, about 80 million or so ahead of the first Avengers. So if the first Avengers wrapped up around 620 million, I think we can say this film's going to wrap up around 700 million. And I'd say with tracking at Black Panther, it's not going to reach the Force Awakens total of 936 million. It's not going to have a third weekend of 90 million. The Force Awakens just had insane holds, but still, it should be able to make $700 million, if not a little bit more than that, like 720 at its current trajectory. Now, having said that, and also though, it does have competition with Deadpool and Han Solo coming out. Now, the story though is the international box office. The film is at $713 million foreign. This is definitely on course to pass every other Marvel film internationally. This should be able to pass the first Avengers and the second Avengers: Age of Ultron. Civil War ended up with 745 million. It's already close to passing that. I believe the first Avengers made about 800 million at the international box office, but we'll have to go back a little bit here and see. 895 million. God, that was a huge international hit. Holy crap, 900 million. So this film should be able to pass 1 billion, and Age of Ultron, I think, made 946 million. So the international box office on the Avengers film is clearly the biggest out of any Marvel films. And then Civil War made 745 million, I believe. Yes. So this film, right now it's 713 after a couple weeks. This should be able to cross the $1 billion mark like Force Awakens did, or the Fast and Furious franchise. I could even see 1.1 billion because the China release has not happened yet. This film has yet to open in China, and it's already made $713 million. So if this film could make like 1.1 billion at the international or 1.2, wrap up with 700 million, we're looking at somewhere around 1.8 billion to $2 billion final total worldwide. It doesn't need to make the $2 billion, although they would like to say that. It'd be like, hey, movie made $2 billion. But the movie's already a success, even with the budget of $300 million, and the second film's also cost $300 million. And the marketing on this film, I'm sure, was $150 million, if not more. So they have $450 million in this movie. But when your film makes $1.1 billion, and it's pretty much close to $1.2 billion, they no doubt have broke even at this point and made a little bit of profit. And if it's going to make a little under $2 billion, they're going to make profit on this movie. Probably not as much as Black Panther made, like that $600 million. This will probably make, like, I could see the profit on this being somewhere around $400 million. But it's still a huge money maker, and who knows? But you do have to factor in this is a very expensive movie. This isn't this is a $300 million film. This isn't like a $150 or even $200 million film. This is an extremely expensive movie, but it still should be able to make a lot of money. And then part 2 comes out, and if part 2 can do on par with this or a little bit better, it's a big payoff for 10 years of Marvel. Now let's look at Robert Downey Jr.'s worldwide box office. I think this puts him at like 11 billion. 10,799,000,000. So yeah, Robert Downey Jr. total worldwide in his movies is 10 billion. That's pretty crazy. Pretty damn crazy. Chris Hemsworth. This puts him at 7 billion. Mark Ruffalo. Let's see where this puts him at. This puts him at 6 billion, but pretty much 7 billion. And there's still a lot of money to be made. Let's see. We need to check. Oh, I guess Chadwick Boseman, he's gonna have a good total right now. Yeah, 3.7 million for a guy who hasn't been in many movies. Chris Evans. This puts Chris Evans at 7.5. Bradley Cooper, which I'll count that. Bradley Cooper, this puts him at 6.9. He has the Star is Born remake coming out too. Vin Diesel, I guess we're gonna have to check, even though, yeah, he gets a credit for this. Vin Diesel's at 9.4 billion for Groot. Oh, what an easy job that must be. What a good gig that is. Scarlett Johansson, I believe she's the highest grossing actress ever. Yeah, she's at 10 billion, 10.6 billion. So, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Scarlett Johansson, this is gonna put her over 11 billion as well. Her and Robert Downey Jr. And where's Chris Pratt? Why don't I see Chris? There's Chris Pratt. Or as I like to call him, Chris Fat, which I think he's getting back to. Chris Fat is at 5.8 billion, and he has the Jurassic World 2 coming out. Obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Infinity War Part 2. So he's going to be okay at least for the next few years. Even though Passengers and Magnificent Seven weren't as big of movies as the studio probably thought they were going to be, he still has a lot of franchise films to come out. So Infinity War, big hit, as you know, doing as well as anyone expected it to do. It's on par with expectations. It probably overperformed a little bit last weekend. But that doesn't seem to be too much of an issue. It was a little front-loaded. A 56% drop, but you know, that's typical for movies that open this big. It's hard to always figure out how well it's going to hold. It might even do a little bit better than that when the actuals come in like 115 million. So overall, though, to have 450 million on your first 2 weekends is great. And by next weekend, it should be able to pass the first Avengers film, which made 1.5 billion. It should be close to passing it with where it's going right now. All right, so let's check some of the other films here and see how they're doing. Sherlock Gnomes. Let's see how that's at worldwide. Nah, nothing really changed. 64 million. Chappaquiddick. That film didn't do very well. The Ted Kennedy movie, 16.5 million. Ooh, excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing to really... Let's go check the worldwide stuff and see if I'm missing anything here, because a lot of stuff doesn't get updated on the estimates. Let's check here. No, this isn't what I want. I want worldwide. Hold on. Sorry. I have to look worldwide for 2018. Okay. See if there's any update. Pacific Rim Uprising's about where it was at. Peter Rabbit's at 326 million. Tomb Raider went up a little bit. It was 269. It's at 272. But Tomb Raider didn't do that great. It really had to lean on that international box office. Red Sparrow hasn't updated. Let's see. Game Night. Game Night's updated a little bit. Game Night, I think, was at 108 million. 113 million. So Game Night ended up doing well on that $37 million budget. 12 Strong didn't do as well as I thought it was going to end up doing, especially domestically. Let's see. Early Man. Yeah, I haven't checked that movie in a while. That film came and went. God, 3 million here. That film did not do well. $49 million worldwide. I don't know how much that film cost, but I can't imagine it was too cheap. Imagine they put a little bit of money behind that movie. And the Death Wish remake. Did they not release Death Wish anywhere internationally? Did they just release it in America? I'm confused. Where the hell are the worldwide numbers? So there you go. That's the box office for the weekend. We got through it, guys. We made it. We did it. We did it. Red Sparrow needed more torture scenes. Don't all movies need more torture scenes? Alright, do you guys have any questions in the chat you guys want me to answer? I really don't have much to talk about. I wish I had more to talk about. I have nothing to go into. I didn't prepare anything for the show. I'm tired. I really just wanted to do the box office for you guys and give a rundown of everything, but I don't have much. I'm sorry if I'm not as quick and saying as much stuff as I normally do. I just have nothing. What I don't understand is that how did he know how to be a Latin lover movie because he is ugly? Maybe that was the joke of the movie? I didn't see the movie. I really didn't. And I have no interest in seeing it. Apparently, the Avengers toys are flying off the shelves while the Star Wars toys are on discount. What does that say? Pretty telling. Oh. Sorry, the chat's very small for me where I'm setting. Yeah, no, it is. Well, I think it's because the Star Wars characters just their toys kind of suck, and those characters aren't that great. Like, of course, people want Captain America, Iron Man. I want some of those Iron Man, Thor toys and stuff. They look cool. Let's see. Going down here. I think The English Patient was executed very well. Just a beautiful soundtrack and cinematography. Best pick, too. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of The English Patient. There's scenes I like, though. I like when, Willem Dafoe gets his thumbs cut off and all that stuff. There's some stuff I really like. But I am a fan of, Anthony Minghella. I do like his work. He made this film Truly, Madly, Deeply. That's a very good movie. That's kind of forgotten about now. I did not hate Juno. I do not hate Juno. I dislike how her actress lost away. Oh yeah, Ellen Page. God, she was such a big deal at one time. She really like blew up, and then just kind of went away. And I like Ellen Page. I think she's a decent actress. I don't think she's bad. She's in that movie Hard Candy. That was pretty awesome. You mentioned Nostalgia Critic, Chris Stuckman, and Ralph, etc. in your last video. Are you a fan of Brad Jones or Cinema Stop? Yeah, of course. Brad Jones is very fun. He's a very fun dude. Great voice and very entertaining. How do you feel seeing Sharkfoot in the Don Quixote film? I laughed my ass off like I do every time I see Sharkfoot and everything. He's in so many movies now. That's so funny. Alright, let me go down a little bit here and see you guys, see what you guys are saying in the chat. Sorry. Hasbro claimed that the Star Wars Last Jedi toys bombed because they released them too early, and yet the new Star Wars toys are bombing anyway. Yeah, they released them too early. Sure. I think Episode 9 could make significantly less if not Star Wars is unstoppable. I don't know if it'll make I don't think it'll make Force Awakens money. Do I think it could make about the same money as Last Jedi? Probably. I think it could open still to like $200 million and make, 550, 600 million and like 1 point. This Last Jedi made 1.3 billion. I think Episode 9 could make 1.3 billion. I don't think they'll ever do as well as Force Awakens again, but at the same time, if you still have movies making $1 billion, they don't really have to make Force Awakens money as well. Ellen Page, not a bad actress? Dude, haven't you played Beyond the Soul? Yeah, she wasn't a bad actress. Go watch Hard Candy. And she's really good in James Gunn's film, Super. She's one of the best parts of that movie. And I also thought she wasn't bad in Inception. I didn't like her character in Inception, but she didn't give a bad performance. And, I think she's been good in a few movies. Yeah. I think I really liked her in the X-Men movies. I just don't think she got much screen time, but I think she was well cast. Ellen Page played under 18 girls well, but couldn't grow up to play mature women. Yeah, I do think that was an issue. Oh yeah, she was also in that movie Drew Barrymore made. The movie called Whip It, the roller derby movie. That movie's not that great, but it's like one of those okay. And Daniel Stern plays a dad in it, and it's awesome. Daniel Stern needs to be in more movies. Let me say this very clearly, Hollywood. Cast Daniel Stern. Everything about these new Star Wars films is bad. Hard Candy was marvelous. Yeah, David Slade. Very, very, very underrated director. Very good visuals. I like him. Why are the new Star Wars toys so crappy? Is Hasbro cheap? I don't know. It does feel like they feel like cheap toys. When I go look at them, they don't look like very good toys. Yeah, Super has a scene where Ellen Page rapes Rainn Wilson. And she legit rapes him. It's not like... Like, I'm not exaggerating it, too. Ellen Page is beyond two souls. I really liked Ellen Page in The Last of Us. I thought she was really good in that. I thought she was good in that game. I think after Episode 9, Disney and Lucasfilm really need to take at least a 3-year break. I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to do the TV show with Jon Favreau. They got the Game of Thrones guys, D&D, working on something. They got the Rian Johnson trilogy. They're making an Obi-Wan movie. What happened to Daniel Stern? Last thing I saw him in was Otis, and that was 10 years ago. I don't know what happened to Daniel Stern. He's so good. Daniel Stern was in this movie Game Over with the Workaholics guys. Oh, well, crap. I'm watching that. If it's got Daniel... Oh, Chris Elliott. Yes. Chris Elliott's so good. Oh, you're just winning my heart over with that one. I know, that was the joke, bro. I think you missed the joke. That was a big controversy because she got mad. I think she like tried to sue them over The Last of Us. Because she said they stole her likeness. No, the chick who actually did the voice was the girl from Growing Pains. She was the little girl from Growing Pains. I know. Oh my god. Did you guys not... I swear to god. I was laughing when I said it, and you guys all still felt the need. This is always the test on the internet. You make a sarcastic comment about something, and then everyone goes, "Actually, that wasn't Ellen Page," and then you're like, "Oh God." Oh. It's okay, guys. I'll walk you through this stuff next time. I'll explain everything to you before I say something. The Adam Driver scene is horrible. Why did Kylo have butt sex with Lena Dunham? Is that how she got the milking scene? What the fuck? She was also given from Ben 10 Alien Force. I got the joke, bro. I know you did, Captain. I know you got it. Are you gonna watch Cobra Kai? Hell yeah, I'm gonna watch Cobra Kai. It's awesome. Johnny's back. Johnny's back, and he's gonna kick Daniel's ass. I know, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay, people. You know, I'm something of a scientist myself. I am kind of an idiot. That's hilarious. Canadians, am I right? Right? Those damn Canadians. Pat, you like David Bowie? What, do you think I'm a fag? Yes, I love David Bowie. Of course. He's a star man. I even did a comic with my friend a few years ago, Starman, where it was David Bowie. We just have him transform into and he'd be like, "I'm Starman," and he would like fly to save the day. It was horrible. We did this horrible comic, Starman. We thought it was so funny, and then the fucking Starboy came out the weekend, and I was like, wait, there's now the Starboy? There was the Starman, and now we have the Starboy. Oh, definitely like Spiders and Monsters and all that album. That's great, Ziggy Stardust. God, what was I also really like crap, I can't believe I can't think of the name of it right now. I love David Bowie so much that I can't think of the album. It's one that has Changes on it. That album's absolutely terrific. I want Guardians of the Galaxy 3 to have Starman. Favorite porn type? Or top movies used for that purpose? Curious at what's my favorite porn type? Like genre of porn? Well, obviously black gangbang. Obviously, you know, black double penetration. It's always got to be black dudes banging some white. Obviously, I don't know what my favorite porn type is. God, that's actually a what's the name of that damn album? God, I'm trying to think. I don't really know. I really can't answer that. I don't know what my favorite type of porn. I mean, it's not like I don't watch porn or haven't seen porn. I just don't know. Hunky-dory. I am sad we will not see Adam Warlock against Thanos. Let me get back to this porn question. Your favorite porn type? I don't know. It's like a character type or something. What's your favorite porn type? I don't know. I guess three-way porn or so. I don't know. I don't know when two chicks bang a guy and like both suck his dick at the same time. I guess that kind of stuff, or like the stepsister with the stepbrother. You know, the stepsister, yeah, and her stepbrother hooking up, that kind of stuff, I guess, or that's all I can really think of. I mean, there's so many different kinds of porn. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll go with that. Variety is the spice of life. I didn't like Guardians 2, so I didn't give a rat's ass if there was a pink elephant and if doing it can. Be right back. Gonna go check on my grandmother. Wow, I couldn't find my dumb debit card until after stream. Waste a super chat. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't waste a super chat. You can ask a question in the normal chat, and I'll answer it. Yeah, my favorite porn type is any with David Bowie in it, god damn it. Oh, lesbian porn. Yeah, that's true. Lesbian strap-on porn. There we go. Good old lesbian strap-on porn. When a chick puts that strap-on on. When those chicks wrestle, they wrestle each other, and then one of them gets to wear a strap-on and bang the other chick as a victory. There we go. That's the best shit in the world. Incest. That's mighty white of you. Mighty, mighty white of you. It's not incestuous when it's step-siblings. Pay attention to the wording, my friends. I didn't say brother and sister. After these Infinity War movies, it's gonna feel kinda weird to just see MCU films, especially after seeing things getting as big as they could get based on Infinity War alone. I agree, I think that's why they should just do crossover buddy movies from now on. I really don't want a bunch of standalone films. It's funny how white people apparently love the semi-incest shit. Steven Crowder says Hugh Jackman's gay. Is that true? Steven Crowder says a lot of stuff that's not true. Only good-looking ones, though. His porn type is naked women talking about domestic box office. Oh. Oh, God, that would be so good. How did we get to Infinity War? To infinity porn. Thanos has to fuck his way across the universe. I must fuck half the universe in order to save it. No, no, Thanos, don't! We don't. Thanos, you must fuck your own daughter in order to get this Infinity Stone. Well, if I must. If I must, I must. Star-Lord, before Thanos, if we meet him, make sure to have sex with me before. I can't do that, Gamora. You have to have sex with me. Okay. I like you, kid. What are your thoughts on channels like Collider and Screen Junkies? I noticed that all the guys praising the shit out of the Last J. They're awful. They're awful shield channels that are run by companies and none of them know dick about movies. Some of them could be funny. The guy Spencer's a fun guy. It's some of the people on Collider. But yeah, they're clearly like being paid to say certain things. It's not even a theory. It's just apparent that it's true. They're bored. I mean, Red Letter Media makes fun of them so well in the Nerd Crew. I don't think there's much to say that I haven't said. Maybe I'll do a video someday about Screen Junkies. But Movie Fights has a great format. That's truly that's, you know, Gamora gets Infinity Gauntlet fisted. The Movie Fights is a great format. I really think I wish someone else did that show because the idea of the show is really great. Oh yeah, hentai. I do like hentai. That's true. Well, I used to watch more of it, so. Can we all watch Mundane Matt sing Barbie Girl? Same with Black Panther. Avengers Infinity Condoms. If he wears them all, the universe is his. Captain America at the end grabs Thanos' dick and is holding it like, no! You won't get Vision! Ah! Watch out! The final fight in Wakanda, holy shit, that would be the biggest orgy of all time. Oh my goodness. Talk about cinematic. I'd go see that movie 8 times. Will the beanie be based on your avatar beanie? Yes. Yes, it will. I need to hang half of Japan to rescue its population from bang half of Japan. Yes, they need to send us white guys over there to save the Japanese. If the men there aren't going to take care of business, we'll do it. Who wants to join me in my crusade to go to Japan to help populate? It's okay. We each get 10 women apiece. What happened to your Andy Signer video? Oh, I took it down because I didn't like some of the stuff I said in it. And I felt like it was a little too, I don't know, I didn't like making a video on a topic like that, I guess. I don't know, I felt wrong. And the funny thing was, I said that in that video that Max Landis was going to get accused of something. And I got so much shit for that video, for that. And then it was like a month later, Max Landis got accused of something, so called it. I miss Max, though. I really do. I really do miss Max. I'm not gonna lie about that. I was thinking about that today. Like, who cares if he's like a pervert and he raped a bunch of women? I want Max Landis back talking on internet videos, man. I don't want him to write movies anymore, but damn it, Max. I even miss your cringe Twitter. It's like you kind of need a bad guy. Without the bad guy, like, Max was kind of my nemesis, and I don't have one anymore. So I don't feel any point anymore. It's like that sad thing when you don't have the villain anymore and you don't know what to do with your story. It's upsetting. I miss Max Landis. I can honestly say that. It's words I never thought I would say, but it's true. It's true. I guess we're gonna watch Mundane Matt sing Barbie Girl. Do this, motherfuckers. Oh my god, Matt sings Barbie Girl by Aqua. Now, okay, let's see. Is there a shorter version? I don't want to watch a 5-minute version of this. Come on.
Well, I sing Barbie Girl if someone gives me 500. I'll tell you what, I'll sing Barbie Girl for $50. How about that?
Will you shove a banana up your ass for $500, Matt? I'm just saying. Oh wait, no, Matt's gonna put a strike on me to get this video taken down because if you put anything with Mundane Matt in your videos, he's like, nope.
I'll do my best to sing it. And if you try, I'll tell you, I'll even do Spice Girls.
This is a man who clearly will do anything for money, and he's revealing that right now. I need to meet Mundane Matt in person and offer him $1,000. Wait. Okay, that's not really secular talk. That's hilarious.
Any Spice Girl song you want for a solid 70. Barbie Girl, karaoke, YouTube.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Matt. Cut the fucking foreplay and just get to the fucking song. Jesus.
Oh, God damn. Okay.
Okay, why don't you guys give me $50 to sing shit? You guys are all assholes. Watch it. Matt may get salty and flag you. Well, Matt surely has a lot of salt anyway. Now, you guys right now, you better give me $50 and let me sing. I would love to read Max Landis' Infinity War porno fanfiction. Max is like a live-action cartoon. Yeah, guys, I want $50 from now on every Sunday to sing songs. To be fair to Matt here, I do look his videos about why the Ghostbuster reboot series is bad. Do you watch Black Mirror? Yes, of course. I will definitely sing Built the City on Rock and Roll for $20. Definitely. I have no problem being a whore. I'll pull the titties out. Somebody told me Matt has a small pekka. Well, it's obvious he has a small wiener. You can just tell by looking at the guy. Look at all this estrogen. This is an estrogen-filled tub baby. He's probably for years only fucked his teddy bear before he got a girlfriend. I mean, Jesus Christ, the fact this guy's made many money off YouTube. Imagine if Matt had to make it in the real world. What was he, like an Uber driver? Imagine if Matt had to actually go out into society and try to make it in his own way. It's ridiculous. No, you can't, Noel. A tub baby. I called him a tub baby. How about $50 to sing Starman? Yeah, fuck you, Blood Money. You're not giving me any money. Go shove it up your ass. Oh my god, holy crap. Now, oh shit. Wait, I don't even remember what song you said. Okay, well, how long does Matt sing the song? Does he sing the whole song, or do I just have to sing a part of the song? Okay, well, let's go through the Matt video, and then we'll come back to this Darkwing, okay? Hold on. I'm not forgetting. Let's go back to it. His body ate his neck. He doesn't have a neck. There's no neck there. It never existed. Man, you just upset the chat so bad. People do not want to hear me sing that song, but...
Okay, I have to put my headphones
you put the
in
money
for this
up.
one, which is going to suck because I won't be able to hear myself talk.
Jesus,
So
Matt,
right
come on.
one, left one.
We get to this?
Check that's up there.
Oh my god, this is
damn.
like 2 minutes.
Barbie, I don't know if this could be the right one, not the right one. We'll find out.
Hiya, Barbie.
Hiya, Ken.
Wanna go for a ride?
Sure, Ken.
Jump in.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie
Holy
world.
Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can
I'm
brush
putting
my
this
hair.
in all my videos. It's more cringe than I thought. Oh my god.
Undress me anywhere. Imagination is your creation.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Oh yeah, Matt.
In a Barbie world.
Oh, I can't wait for the remix.
It's fantastic. You can brush my hair. Undress me anywhere.
I can undress you everywhere.
Imagination, life is your creation.
Project, Matt.
I'm a
Project.
blonde bimbo girl in a fantasy world. Dress me up, make it tight. I'm your dolly.
You're my doll, rock and roll. Feel the glamour and pain. Kiss me here, toss me there, hanky panky.
Nobody wants to hanky panky with. Oh my god. I didn't know how bad this was. There's gonna be so many copyright strikes. This is just a copyright strike. Just. Oh my god. Oh my god. How did this happen? I'm so happy. I'm so happy I live in this timeline. Oh my god. I have to sing the whole song? Oh man, that's rough. That's a long song. We Built the City is not like, I think it's like a 5-minute song. I'm getting to it, don't worry. I'm just, oh my god. No, it did make me respect Matt a little bit. You know, I gotta give him that. Yeah, no, this is the most charming Matt's ever been. Instead of just reading someone else's news article and not contributing anything to it and not being funny and all that, Matt just embracing the cringe. Because it's always funny to see a fat guy trying to do something. It's just something that's built into us that it's entertaining. This is so... Oh my god. I don't know how, but I just got a brain tuber.
You can't touch, you can't play, you can say, I'm always yours.
Always mine, Matt? Always?
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Plastic. It's fantastic. You can
Try to hit those notes, baby. Come on, Matt. I believe in you, girl. I believe in
dress
you.
me anywhere. Imagination, I think you're creation.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Yeah.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Oh, it's a collab now.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Yeah.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Make me want, make me talk.
Oh. Oh, God. The world's great. Oh. Okay, I guess I gotta find We Built This City karaoke. Hold on. We built... Whoops, my bad. Typo. We Built This City karaoke. See, Matt got $50. I'm have to... God, it is a 5-minute song. Holy shit. F you, man. F you. You had to pick a 5-minute song? Drives me crazy. Do I have to do the whole 5 minutes, Darkwing? Or can I just do, like, a part of the song? Or do you want me to do the entire 5 minutes? Because if we're doing the whole 5 minutes, I think the chat's going to be empty by the time we get through this. This has turned into, like, a really terrible version of Kumite, which was already terrible. I don't like everyone keeps trying to say Kumite's like Opie and Anthony. It's more like Opie and Opie. Which one of them's the Anthony? Neither one of them's funny. The only time Kumite's good is when Jim goes on there. Or when they get Andy, or they have some people fighting on there. Like, whenever I listen to their show, when it's just the two of them, it's the most boring shit ever. And they're like, yeah, I want to do this show like a comedy show, and, like, just want it to be Opie and Anthony. It's like, you can't be Opie and Anthony when you're both Opie. One verse, okay. Yeah, you can't do it when you're both Opie. That's what I was thinking. It's just ridiculous. Oh god, this is sabotage. Yeah, this is sabotage. I apologize beforehand. I very much apologize to you guys. I'm so sorry. And I mean this from the... Am I the one who feels that way about Kumite, though? Like, even Medicare was saying it was good. I'm like, no, it's not. I go listen to it when it's just the two of those guys, and they're so boring. Like, Tonka and them, it's like, they're not funny. It's like, I think my live stream is more entertaining by myself than the two of them talking, but I don't know. Okay, okay. Get this volume right. I hope I don't get copyright claim for all this. I'm not really sure. Oh, crap. My bad. I apologize. I didn't know it was going to start that quickly. Holy crap. Wow. I've really hit rock bottom when I'm following Mundane Matt. Yeah, Kumite's mediocre as fuck. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's really... Yeah, Opie and Opie. That would be my insult. God, this is bad. It's bad when I'm taking tricks from Mundane Matt. That's fucking based. Yeah, they say like the same 5 or 6 things. Oh, that's based. Oh, it's cringe. Oh, it's like, God, do you have anything to say? All right. Kumite was my favorite anime. Oh my God, this is bad. Matt's possessed me. No, V is funny. No, when they bring other people on, their stuff's funny. But when it's just the two of them, it's like, I don't know why people are saying Opie and Anthony. It's like, you guys listen to Opie and Anthony? Like Anthony was funny, and then like Jim Norton was funny, and Patrice O'Neal would come in, and Bill Burr and Louis C.K. Like, I guess you could say they're Patrice O'Neal is Jim, but just make fun of my latest video. No. Yeah, what about the copyright on this? I guess Matt didn't get copyrighted. So, yes, I've seen This Is America by Childish Gambino, and it's brilliant subtext. This has turned into Rob Sheffield. Box office report. Avengers earns $1 billion. Like, no shit. Good night, everybody. We built this city on rock and roll. I think he's from Africa. Well, if you guys pay me, man, I'll watch stuff that you want me to watch and pay me. Like, I'm not against the money to do things. I don't mind selling my soul to you devils. Anthony was great. Jimmy was the best. Opie... Oh, yeah, Opie was terrible. That's a problem. There's 2 Opies. You've lost that love and feeling. Alright, this is gonna be pretty cringe. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is like a really tough song to sing. Jefferson Starship, man. Holy crap. This was just Starship, wasn't it? Yeah. Jefferson Airplane, which, Grace Slick, yeah, turned into... Alright, you guys ready? You bitches ready? Don't call it a comeback, bitches. I've been here for years. Avengers, holy shit. That's what they should call the sequel. Avengers 2, holy shit. Let's just say I'm the Matt Stone to Pat's Trey Parker. Yes, except Trey Parker's talented. But you are a Jew. So... you do have that going for you. Oh, God. This is gonna be rough. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. Get on with it. I feel like I'm being whipped like Jesus. We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. No music here. I feel cheated. We built that. I think this all goes together. I think there's a lot here. Highway to the danger zone. His power level is rising. For if you strike me down with your money, I shall become more powerful than you can ever imagine. Damn, Bat can actually hit the falsettos. It's karaoke night here at Box Office Addict. And dare I say, does it matter more than ever? What's going on? That's the best of macaroni. Pat sounds even more beautiful than I could have possibly imagined. I'm making a musical out of this. Yes, we're gonna call it We Built This City. It's going to be new ringtone. That's gonna be great. Don't imitate. Please do more I'll do it karaoke's if I get picked. Sweet Caroline is the GOAT karaoke song, of course. Hands touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Neil Diamond is the shit, people. Unlimited power! You broke us, man. Like Bane to Batman. Oh, first, your body is broken, or your spirit. Now I've ruined you with my wonderful karaoke. And I've taken all of your artillery and money. Your super chat money is mine now, Batman. Let's not have pleasantries here. The chat. That was horrible singing. For you! Oh yeah, no, me and Matt should team up and start a synth pop duo. I think it could really thank God we're all drunk and high, right, people? Thank God no one is sober. Ultimate instinct, Pat. Bathory missed something amazing. I do miss Bathory. Bathory's not going to be here for the next few weeks. Yeah, she did. I think she would have loved this. I think this would have been right up Bathory's Addict. I tried to get everyone to watch this anime, Box Addict, but nobody listens to it. Oh, I'm sorry, Chameleon. I don't listen to you either, if that makes you feel better. Goodbye, G-Force. Yeah, Matt on keyboard. We just wear some wigs and stuff. We could become a Hall & Oates cover band. Who else just shot up to that? You guys need to take me singing that and put it over a montage of like the LA riots or something. I think we can find something here. Sean Connery in the house. That's a hit song. Did you guys ever hear Chris Brown's Greatest Hits? It's just a bunch of tracks of Rihanna screaming. Really interesting album. Mr. Rewind, I don't feel so good. Oh my god, you are our Spider-Man! Oh, that's adorable! Oh my god, I didn't think about that. Blood Money, Noel's our Peter Parker. Oh, I just see Noel disappearing now in my hand. I don't feel so good, Mr. Rewind. I'm sorry. Don't worry, Noel. I'm just gonna take your camera from you. It's okay, little one. It's okay. I guess that makes us Tony Stark and Captain America. That's so funny. Noel, you are my little Peter Parker. I love you, man. That's great. That's very funny. You're on point, Noel. You're on point. I knew it! I haven't seen Spinal Tap. Is it that good? Spinal Tap's great. Spinal Tap's fucking awesome. This is, he's playing a song at one point, and he has a great line. He goes, I'm a real big fan of Mozart and Bach, but I put this together, so this is a mock piece. And he's playing the song, and it sounds real pretty, and he's like, ba, ba. And then the guy goes, that's pretty, what is it? He goes, oh, this is Lick My Love Pump. Lick My Love Pump. Glad I saw the movie yesterday, no spoilers for me. I mean, that's just become a meme. He didn't feel so good. Yeah, but if you're part of this Blood Money, like, who the hell... Like... Who else are you supposed to be? What are you, Star-Lord? No, you know what, Blood Money? Oh, yeah, you're Doctor Strange. Okay, there we go. There we go, you're right. You're Doctor Strange and I'm Captain America. I mean, I'm Iron Man. God. I look over at you, Blood Money, and I'm like, why did it happen? Why did you do it, Dr. Blood Money? And you're like, 'cause I don't give a fuck. And then you disappear. Hulk was super cucked. You can't have a friendly neighborhood box office addict without the box office. Hey, Pat. Hey, Kevin. I think you've missed out on some things. I think you did a good job coming in late. I think coming in earlier would have been a bad idea. Now all we need is our token black guy. Oh, dude, I love a Mighty Wind. A Mighty Wind's great. Whoops. Yeah, Twitter. Hold on, Twitter real quick. I want to show you guys some of these Infinity War memes. They're great. This is some kind of sick joke. I ordered Black Panther on Blu-ray and they sent me this shit. Oh my god, Colossal! Colossal, you dirty bastard, you. You're a very bad, bad boy. I love it. What happened to BOA? I didn't see an episode on my subscription playlist. I don't know what happened to that BOA. Anyway, let's see. Yo, here's one. This is oh, it's great. This one's one of my favorites with Steve Irwin. Isn't that just wonderful? Oh, that's so good. I posted a bunch of Twin Peaks memes this week. Alright, let me go down a little bit more. Unfortunately, there is. What? Everyone keeps sending me all this crap. God damn it, you a-holes. I didn't want this stuff. Hold on. I'm just gonna go to my channel directly. My Twitter page. On my channel. My Twitter channel. Anyway, yeah, that one. Oh, this is a great meme. Dale Cooper, call for help and other hits. Oh, I found this Twitter page that's great called Lena Dunham Apologizes. It's so fucking funny. Damn fine coffee. Parental advisory. Explicit content. The good, the bad, and the ducky. I plan on writing an epic poem about this gorgeous pie. God, what happened to my fucking Infinity? Oh, there's the one. There's the big one. Paul Walker, yeah. Oh. Oh, that's so brutal. That's some cold-blooded shit right there, people. The Infinity Stones were hiding in plain sight the whole time. Chandler, I don't feel so good. No, Joey. No, Joey. Drake, where's the Infinity Stones? That's hilarious. Oh my god. SpongeBob, I don't feel so good. Oh. Oh my god. I don't know where I got that album cover, Blood Money. I think I made it. You a soccer fan? Not really. What was your favorite moment in Infinity War? Probably the opening scene. Because it actually had some balls and shit went down. Oh, you did send me some of the spicy memes. No X-Men 3 Infinity War memes yet? We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. I want to see if I miss, I mean, I'm not hating on soccer, I just don't really watch it. Like, it's cool if you like soccer. I like sports, I like football and basketball and baseball and hockey and all that. I just, yeah, I've just never really watched soccer too much. We're in the end game now, Pat. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's always fun. Man, it's so great to actually make money on a box office addict today. Made like 30 bucks. I'm so used to not making money on here and just doing it for free. Which I don't mind doing. It's like it's not like I don't have a big boy job, but you know. Now I'm finally in the big leagues with Mundane Matt. I'm finally at the top. Top of the world, Ma. We made it. We're finally there. I love that opening too, Pat. It reminded me of days. Yeah, it was awesome. The opening scene's just like, holy crap. You're surprised there hasn't been any 4 Dragon Ball Super memes yet. Good point. I was on the idea you watch soccer for the female soccer play. Yeah, I don't know who put that up. I guess it had something to do with some conversation somebody was having that I wasn't involved in. You guys quit using my Twitter for your own shit, alright? Okay, folks? Alright, that's my Twitter. Alright, that's my property. You can't just come into my property like that. I don't appreciate it, folks. Okay? I believe JDM stands for Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I really liked Tony Stark's "You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards." Thought that was funny. I thought that was a really, really funny line. There are plenty of Goku versus Thanos memes. Yes, yes, the Dragon Ball fans could never let Goku go. Goku will exist forever. As I guess it should be. Okay, gang? Alright, gang, listen. There's this guy, Thanos. He wants to destroy half the universe. Okay, gang? You need to listen to me, folks. Alright, we're gonna explain to him how his whole idea is based off an economic fallacy that doesn't make any sense about overpopulation, folks. Okay, so you just need to let me talk to him, gang. Okay? Cap, I really like you, Cap. Okay? I think you're a good idea. Okay? Scarlet Witch, you're cool. You have a lot of powers. Okay? Iron Man, you're cool. Alright, gang? But I got this. Okay, I went to Harvard. My wife's a doctor. She's a doctor. I don't know if you guys know that. So just let me go have a 5-minute conversation with Thanos, and I'll take care of this. I'm gonna debate him in this whole thing and figure it out. He's a pretty bad guy. And the idea that you guys think that I can't do it because I don't have any superpowers, apparently, you guys have never heard of the power of the Jew. And that's a real power, okay? Maybe some of you should think about that. Just a little bit, folks. By the way, do any of you believe in God? Just wondering, folks. We'll talk about that later, gang. I'm gonna go talk to Thanos. George Soros is Thanos, yes. Soros! Soros is trying to kill half the population to save it. Yeah, it is. Okay. I am sure you do know about the current political environment in Mexico, but look for the Bronco versus Thanos memes. Who wouldn't want a sexy doctor for a wife? It's great. My wife being a sexy doctor is great. It's awesome, folks. Gangbang, folks. Gangbang. The power of the Jew trumps the Infinity Stone. Every time. You can't fight the power of the Jew. Do you remember in Beer Fest, there's the scene where they're drinking, and then the one guy gets the eye of the Jew, and it's like he taps into the superpower, and then they put a Star of David in his eye. That's so funny. They're like, oh god, he has the eye of the Jew. The Death Star of David. Yeah, Alex Jones would be Captain America in this version. Exactly. Actually, this sounds like a better movie. I personally don't find Age of Ultron bad. I still find it entertaining. It is an entertaining movie. It is kind of bad and Ultron sucks, but it's a fun movie. I'll always say that. It's a very entertaining movie. Like, it's a watchable movie. Like, I don't think it's a very good film, but I've seen Age of Ultron a couple times, and it's not, like, boring. Like, you can have fun watching it. Not even One Above All can match the power of the Jew. Age of Ultron isn't crap, but it's still quite bad. Yeah, it's not. No, it is. It's kind of like watching like a fun, goofy cartoon. Oh my God, we have some more Jews in the chat. This is great. Oh, great. Hopefully, one of you guys can get me a deal to work on a movie or something. It's worn by Elliot Gould in Ocean's 11. I could definitely see that, Madcap. I see where you're coming from. Scarlett Johansson will save anyone with her superpowers. Yes. Her superpowers of not aging well. Stefan Molyneux is the Vision. Oh my god, I love this idea. I completely love this idea. I want this tomorrow. Dave Collins Loki, because he just Dave Collins. Thoughts on Paths of Glory? One of Kubrick's best films, one of the best war films ever made. A beautiful film about not necessarily a lot of stuff we see in films, such as battle or anything like that, or even necessarily the politics. It's about the ethics and morals of war. What's the right thing to do? It sets up an interesting question. Like, what is the right thing to do in a situation like this? And what is the right thing in war? Who is the good guy ultimately? Even though there's a humanity to that but it asks a lot of really deep ethical questions. I think that's lacking in a lot of other movies. And Kubrick's films in general, I don't think while they explore a lot of beautiful things, and I was talking about Barry Lyndon last night with Blood Money, and why I like the movie so much. Paths of Glory is so it's so modern feeling. It doesn't feel like it's dated. Of course, you have the beautiful ending where she sings the song to all the soldiers, but it feels like everything that it's trying to talk about and deal with is just as relevant to the world we live in today as it was when it came out in the 50s. Luckily, the cinematography and the acting hasn't aged at all, but really what the film's getting at, I think, is just as important as it ever was, and it's worth watching for that. And it kind of makes you challenge maybe a little bit of your biases you might have on certain things, how you feel about your country and how you treat people in the military, even, and stuff like that. It's really fascinating. I should talk about them more sometime. I haven't seen it in a few years, but I've seen Paths of Glory like 5-6 times. But it's a wonderful, engrossing, I find very cathartic film. I love Barry Lyndon. I was talking to Blood Money last night that we love that Ryan O'Neal's character, the movie's kind of made as Ryan O'Neal's character, as Barry Lyndon being this kind of shell of a person he doesn't really have. But then you see the world through his eyes and how stupid these people were, how these things worked. No, Steven Crowder would be great as Star-Lord, for sure. I think that's a great choice. Yeah, Crowder as Star-Lord, I'd go with that. That would definitely be fun. Sargon is Professor X and Spencer is Magneto. Who would V be? V would be a little troll creature, wouldn't he? V would have to be sucking on Sargon's dick. So there's no way they're not going to kill Tony. Crowder would make a great Star-Lord since they both have the same personality. No, that's a great choice. I could totally see Crowder as Star-Lord. Dave Rubin is Agent Coulson. That's funny. I took Lyndon to be a coward who ran away from problems. No, he does run away from problems, but the way his performance is that Ryan O'Neal's not a very emotive actor, so he's very well cast. V would be funny as Nightcrawler. He's very well cast because that character not being emotional helps the film. He kind of tries to screw these people over. He tries to get one over on the woman the money, and it ends up coming back to bite him in the ass, some of his decisions. But and he ends up feeling a lot of guilt about these things, but he's having a hard time connecting. It's kind of like Jerry Maguire's character or other characters in movies. But because of that stoic nature to him, and Ryan O'Neal as an actor, you get to see the people around him, how like they steal and how they do these stupid things, and how they talk, and it's a nice reflection of that time and world because of that character, because he doesn't have much of a personality. If he had more of a personality, I don't think the film would work as well. And I think if you tried to get in his head a little bit more, it wouldn't work as well. It's a really brilliant way to use that character to present the world and the ideas that Kubrick's trying to express, and it's very key in the casting too with Ryan O'Neal, that it's not as super charismatic actors doing something. It's very restrained. And people I know some people talk about that film like it's kind of slow or like that it doesn't, but I find that film to be incredible. From a storytelling, just atmosphere and pacing. Even I think the 3 hours flies by, but I think the character Barry Lyndon's really she is beautiful, but I think how that character's executed is so essential to why that film works. I think that's the real fine thing he found there, because otherwise it's just a beautiful movie with great costumes, great lighting, some of the best lighting ever, and all that. Yeah, shoe on head. No, really, you should look at the current political environment in Mexico, considering the wall issue. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know that much about Mexico, man. I used to live in Texas for years, but I'm sorry, I don't know about the political climate in Mexico. I guess I should read about it more. I apologize. I am sorry, my Mexican friend. Scorsese break down the opening scene in his new masterclass. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, shoe on head as Mantis. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Thank you for the $20, Darkwing dude. I appreciate it, by the way. That was very nice of you. Um, no, you guys know I'm the Tony Stark. Come on. Nobody's got the charisma like I do. But you're really half Jewish? No, roaming millennial for Mantis. Ah. Armored Skeptic, God, he would like to think of himself as Iron Man, though, wouldn't he? That bastard. He even has the goatee and everything. Problem is that he's a dumbass and Tony Stark is smart. But that's true. I'd see Armored Skeptic like, I am Iron Man. Iron Skeptic. Greg's such a ridiculous guy. I do kind of enjoy it, though. I do enjoy the cringe. The cringe is what we all live for, my friends. It's what binds us. It's what gives us life. If we are stardust, the cringe is the universe. We are one now. We are all one. Pat is Rocket. I'll take Rocket. I'll definitely take Rocket. Oh, F you! F you, laughing octopus. Quit laughing at me with your octopusing. Octopussy. Have you met the voice actors of the Funimation dub of Dude? No, I've never met them. I've seen videos of them. No, Armored Skeptic would want to be Iron Man so bad. Yeah, that's the thing. You just can tell. I like the karaoke because for once it's not just me bankrolling Pat. Yeah. Yeah, that money she gave me, that pays my bills. Come on, people. Gavin McInnes is Drax. Oh my god, yes. Although he'd be a good Rocket, Gavin. Gavin would be a very good Rocket. Lauren Southern is Scarlet Witch. That's a good choice. That's a really good choice. Lauren Southern's so attractive. It's distracting. Sometimes she says stuff that I think is just so dumb, but then I'm like, God, you're so attractive, though. You're so cute. As for Suicide Squad, let me be Katana. God, we really have assembled the Infinity, the Skeptic Avengers. We've found a way to do it. We've put the team together. Lacey Green is Gamora. Sure. That's funny. Yeah. No doubt. Yeah, I could be Bruce Banner. That's fine. I'll be Bruce Banner the Hulk. Whatever. I do have a rage mode. It does go back and forth. Like, I'm very calm, and then I have those rants, angry moments. So, how do I want to wrap up this episode? Let's go back in time to 1999, when Pat was a little wee lad of only 9 years old, and I went to go see a movie in the theater. It was called The Matrix. I want to talk about The Matrix because I've been talking about film endings here, and I think I want to just emphasize that people don't realize the impact the movie this had back when it came out. Because unfortunately, the sequels did kill the mythology. They just did. And the movie got copied so much, and there's just so many factors why The Matrix is kind of lost of its place in film, where people don't. I mean, it's still IMDb, it's still in the top 20, but I want to go back to when, like, we didn't have a context for knowing The Matrix and all of the pulp culture references and how ingrained they were, before we knew every line of dialogue, before there was the memes, before everybody knew, whoa, follow the white rabbit. There was all these trailers from The Matrix back in like the late 90s, and I was like, what the hell is this movie? And then you go to see the movie, and it's so good. I want The Matrix still kicks ass. This is what I'm trying to get at. The Matrix by itself, outside of the context of like the fucking the sequels and all the other shit that happened, just The Matrix by itself is a film from 1999. It's so good. It's just so good. And being in the theater, when I was 9, I was sitting there. Doug Walker's a dumbass. That when he says that, I love when he says stuff's overrated. He's like, Saving Private Ryan's overrated, The Matrix is overrated. It's like, no, The Matrix isn't overrated. It's so ridiculous. See, the Matrix legacy got killed. If there hadn't been sequels and all other stuff, people can't say The Matrix is and fine if you feel The Matrix is overrated, but Doug Walker's opinions mean absolutely dog shit. I mean, they mean nothing. Have you seen his movies? But The Matrix is pure cinema. It's pure movie magic. And I remember being in the theater, and I don't think people understand this at this point. This was before superhero movies really took over. At this point, we only had Batman movies and the Superman movies. So all we had was the Richard Donner Superman films, which the first two were great. And then you had Tim Burton's Batman, which I don't think's held up well at all. Batman Returns, which I don't think's held up well at all. And Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. But here's the thing. There was this idea that we were never going to be able to see a guy fly in a movie and it look real. There was this idea that we were never going to be able to see special effects the kind of way we wanted to in comic books. The Matrix did this. There would be no X-Men, Spider-Man, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. All of these movies would not exist without The Matrix. The Matrix is so important. It is the Star Wars of our generation. Because it is the first time a guy flew in a movie and it looked awesome. That was that moment. What the Wachowskis did is that they took all of these special effects and used enough restraint and had a bunch of good ideas. But they found the way to finally make these things work visually that people had been trying to do for years. And one of the big things was, fight scenes that, because they were influenced by manga and video games, but that also works with like a comic book. Like, it doesn't have to, just because manga is comics and video games are influenced by a lot of things. So what they're doing with that movie, it plays like a comic book. Neo is the first big superhero of the modern day, of the 2000s, because that was right on the edge there of 1999. And being in the theater, that last scene of the movie, he's on the phone, right? And it says the trans opt, which a lot of people take as trans operation because they think that the movie's about transsexuality, which I guess you could say there is an element of that because the Wachowskis became the Wachowski sisters. But the idea is that there's a transhumanism aspect to it, that there was a character, that Neo's character was going to be a girl, or Trinity was actually going to be a guy or something, and then a girl in the Matrix. Or something like that. But at the end it does say trans opt, which I always found funny. But he's talking on the phone at the end, and this is a movie that's had great fight choreography, a great villain in Agent Smith, awesome cinematography. No, Fight Club was very groundbreaking for special effects as well. I agree. Fight Club's very important to how films look in the 2000s. And this is a lot of theory people have about The Matrix, that it's about transsexuality. You can kind of see it in the movie, though. But at the end of the movie, Neo's on the phone, right? And what he's doing is he's talking to us. Take the sequels out. Take the sequels out. Because I don't think the Wachowskis planned that they were going to make sequels. They had a sex change. They became women. Both the Wachowskis. And I don't think they planned to make sequels. They said, oh, we always had sequels in mind. I don't think that's true at all. And the sequels are freaking awful. But at the end of the movie, when Neo's on the phone, he's talking to us, the audience. He says, and he's talking to Hollywood. He's talking to these people. He's saying that I'm going to show them a world without limits, a world without boundaries. All right. He's talking to the Matrix, but he's also talking to the studio systems. I'm going to show them movies without limits. We are going to make a movie without boundaries. We're going to show people that the limitations don't exist anymore. And then what does Neo say after that? He goes, the next decision I'm going to leave up to you. This is letting us, the audience, which so many more movies need to do this, and The Matrix screwed this up. It leaves it up to us to fill in the rest of the story. We don't need a sequel to The Matrix. And seeing this in 1999, that's how it felt. I understood this as a kid. Neo is telling us, I leave the rest of the story up to you. Well, what goes on from here? You get to fill in the blanks. You get to know what happens next in The Matrix. So your imagination, it goes so expansive thinking about all these possibilities with him talking to you. And what really sells this point, what's one of the last shots? He looks at the fucking camera. Keanu looks at the camera right at you and smirks, which acknowledges this whole point. This is just my interpretation of the ending of The Matrix, but I think that it has grounding. Because I think the Wachowskis knew they were making something special. I think they knew that they were making something groundbreaking, and they had to. They had made Bound before this, but they had to know that they pulled this film off from a special effects standpoint. They just had to see the dailies and know what was going on. And they're basically saying, hey, we can do whatever we want now in movies. A man can fly. We can have these fight scenes with wire work. We can have all these things, and we can change movies. The future of Hollywood is going to be this kind of stuff. And I'm going to let you guys tell your part of the story. And it's great because you can read that in this meta way where you think for yourself, yeah, I can let the story be told after this. I don't need that. Because there's even a meta aspect to them using Rage Against the Machine. The band they pick, Rage Against the Machine, the movie's about raging against the machines. There's a bunch of meta stuff to The Matrix. And the last thing is, Neo looks at the camera and smiles at you. He looks at you and smiles at you. And you're like, oh yeah, hell yeah. And then the fucking music comes, come on! And you're in the theater, 9 years old. I'm a huge comic book fan. I'm a little boy. I love comic books. I love anime. I love video games. I've always wanted a Superman movie where the flying looked real. Flying never looked real in a movie before The Matrix. Nobody talks about this. Flying always looked fake in a movie. The kind of stuff that they did. It's also the movie that brought the helicopter back to movies. In a big set piece. But flying always looked fake in movies. The fight scenes that changed choreography, but a lot of those things like bullet time, all those things they came up with, it made stuff look so real. And finally the camera could move around in these complex special effects shots. So you're sitting in the freaking theater, 9 years old, you love superheroes, you love comic books. Neo is my superhero. I'm sitting there thinking about the possibilities, the future of movies. What's Neo gonna do next? What's gonna happen in The Matrix? Is he gonna recruit more people? He's the one. You know, there's so many things going on. And then, the last shot, they pull the camera out. You know, first Superman looks good, but the flying scenes don't look that great. I mean, I love the first Superman, but you could tell he's not flying. You could tell he's in front of a screen. It looks good for 1978, but it doesn't look real. The Matrix, that last shot, when Neo flies up into the camera, that shit looks real. It especially looked real in 1999, but I just watched the clip like yesterday and it still looks great. It looks amazing. And now they keep pulling the camera out farther and further away and then he flies up to it. It looks amazing. It looks so fucking good. And then the air that you see the fucking... I mean, you know, Superman doesn't look bad, but you could tell he's in front of a screen, unfortunately. But they did a great job with the lighting. They really did. They did a great job with the lighting and how they set those scenes up. It is good. And I'm in the theater, 9 years old, and I see Neo fly up on the screen, and then the credits come on, Rage Against the Machine. And it was like a, fuck yeah! Like, and then after that, we got Spider-Man and X-Men and all these movies, and all these special effects, and it all came from that moment in The Matrix, man. You know? That's the moment that it happened, was that you could buy that a man could fly. They always say, Superman, you'll believe that a man could fly. You do because of Christopher Reeve's performance. That's why you believe a man can fly. He believes he can fly, so you believe it. But The Matrix makes you see the possibility of what cinema can be. It's like The Wizard of Oz, man. It's like fucking Star Wars. It's like King Kong 1933. Seeing a man fly in a movie and it looking real was one of the greatest moments of my life. And people take this for granted now, and The Matrix has become a meme. And no, Doug Walker says it's overrated and does his bullshit review, but The Matrix kicks fucking ass. Sure, it's just a bunch of pop philosophy. None of it's that deep. But everything has purpose. Everything they choose in the movie has purpose. You know, every line of dialogue, every moment, everything in it really does have something that pays off later. And the editing of the film, the restraint they had with the special effects, that they didn't overdo it with the CGI, that they actually kept a lot of it grounded. All the decisions they made, Keanu Reeves' performance, all the performances, all the characters. It's a great movie, and it holds up 20 years later from now. Yeah, sure, the leather and the black's a little dated, some of that stuff, but those are special effects shots that never existed before. People like to say, oh, it just holds up as an action movie. A lot of the philosophy and the story stuff doesn't hold up. Well, man, that was never what was so great about The Matrix. It's just a great blockbuster. It's a great popcorn movie. It's one of the best popcorn film movies ever made. And it does have a good story, and it does have good characters. And Agent Smith is an awesome villain. The fucking slow-mo scene where he's shooting the fucking... When Neo shooting the fucking, the helicopter and the fucking gun, and then the Morpheus is running in slow motion and all that stuff's awesome. It's so good. And Keanu Reeves was so well cast. They wanted Johnny Depp. That's who the Wachowskis wanted. Tom Cruise was up for that role. Will Smith almost got that role. And I'm not thinking, they're wrong. Johnny Depp or Will Smith wouldn't have been bad in that role. But man, Keanu Reeves, man, his physical acting in that, what he's able to do. Of course, I remember The Mummy. That movie scared the crap out of me when I was a kid and saw it in the theater. Emo Tap was very scary when I was a kid. But I really want to do a video on The Matrix or something. But I love that ending kind of being like them acknowledging the possibility of what movies can do, that they can show us a world that's unlimited, that doesn't have boundaries and all that. And they do. And then they totally nail this point with the flying at the end, which is awesome. They show you what they say. You know, they're like, hey, we're going to show you, and then I am going to show you. And then they just had to ruin this with the sequels where the special effects look bad. There's too much CG. There's some, you know, around the car chase has some cool stuff to it. Too much of them up their own asses. Pretentious movies. But that original Matrix, man, that's a good film. That's still a good film. And every time I rewatch it, I haven't seen it for years, but every time I rewatch it, I always think like, is this not going to be as good as it was back then? It's like, yeah, it is kind of great. Everything about it's kind of great. It just kind of works. And, you know, even though that got bastardized in a lot of modern movies, got ruined. That's funny, Christopher Reeve, Superman. Then you have Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. You have the Reeves. Both of them are Superman. And it sucks that, yeah, movies kind of became what they are now, where they're kind of bland in general, and it's kind of like how blockbusters always affect things. But there was a sense at that time in 1999 with Fight Club and Magnolia and being John Malkovich and Three Kings and The Iron Giant and on and on and on, all these great movies, and, you know, Election. But The Matrix especially, because that was the big blockbuster, you know, and American Beauty was great. It was this idea that, like, wow, maybe we're in this new place now. Maybe we can go to Oz. You know, maybe there's something movies can do, and they can mix these things now and show us things that we never saw before. And I really haven't felt that way really since The Matrix or the Lord of the Rings movies, that I've felt like I've seen something I haven't seen before. And I think we take that for granted because we have so much special effects now, even though the Planet of the Apes special effects are great and all that. But when Neo flies at the end, yeah, the possibilities are endless. It really felt like we were in an endless world. It was cinematic nirvana. And that's a great thing. Yeah, the first Pirates of the Caribbean is a great movie on its own too. Yeah, I agree. I'm just pulling my leg with my latest statement. Okay, we've gone over 2 hours. I should wrap the show up. I don't want this to be like last week where I went for 3.5 hours. That was pretty ridiculous, a 3.5 hour show. Although I did make some decent ad revenue off then. I did know Mr. Medicare was doing his stream at the same time. So thank you for tuning into Box Office Addict. Because they're badly written. That's why people don't like Pirates 2 and 3. They're really, really badly written movies. They're well-made movies. Gore Verbinski's a good director. But because they're popular, I don't think that's what it was, Madcap. I mean, critics didn't even like the sequels to Pirates. And are they that popular? I mean, they made money. But yeah, 3 is one of the worst films I saw in the theater. I love this talking. Its philosophy wasn't super deep, but probably deeper than most people do. Well, it was, you know, for a mainstream movie, at least it had ideas. Which, you know, is something. You know, most movies don't even have that. I'm not sure if I would still like The Matrix if I watched it again. I would definitely find all those leather trench coats to be that definitely is dated. I agree with you. The leather is dated quite a bit. That's the one aspect. It's like, that is not held up. But if this is your first Box Office Addict, thank you for tuning in, and I hope I'll see you again next Sunday. If you're listening to the show, you're probably a Box Office Addict yourself, and I'm not here to help you with your addictions. I'm here to encourage them. That's really what it is. I want you to be addicted to the box office. Thank you for being with me through 42 Sundays. It's been absolutely awesome. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for indulging me in this all the cringe. The story of the week is Avengers is still dominating the box office. We have Solo and Deadpool to cover. I'll have reviews for those movies when they come out. We'll talk about the box office. I might do a video on Solo this week. Try to get some of those Star Wars haters to sub to me. And you guys are just awesome. You guys are really awesome. This is always fun. I had a bit of a rough day. I was really tired. I love True Romance. I was very tired. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I had stayed up very late last night, and I didn't get much sleep. So I was tired, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do the stream today. But I just do it not out of this bullshit obligation myself. I do it for you guys because you guys show up. And if you guys are going to show up, I got to show up. That's the deal. So next Sunday, try to tune in around 4 to 6 Eastern. And I'm sorry last week was so long and I kind of lost my voice. But we built this city on rock and roll, and we did it together, guys. And we're going to keep building on that. And let's get to 10,000 subscribers. And you guys all have a good night, and I'm going to play you guys out some outro music.